a conversation with someone and I don't necessarily grab their attention or get a chance to chat to them, I go on to LinkedIn and I link up with them on LinkedIn. And if I think that maybe actually there's someone who I think I could help, or somebody who I could maybe connect them with, if it's somebody that I hear at an event, Louise, that are struggling with their social media, I'd connect with them on LinkedIn and I'd say, here, have you heard about Louise Brogan? She's fantastic. Social BNI. But no, but I do use it because it might sound silly, but it's sort of, you're not going to get rejected to your face.
No, that's true.
If you ask them. But so it's that sort of extra comfort, like a comfort blanket almost, that you can link in with them. You then get to see their profile. You get to have the ability of seeing who else they're connected with, and if you've got similar connections, etc. And so I've had so many networking meetings, business meetings, coffee meetings with people just through using LinkedIn. And I have to say, in terms of the professional services then that I provide, I think it's fantastic. And in terms of, I've always said that I'm in a service-based industry that doesn't necessarily lend itself to the usual mediums of advertising. And in terms of promoting, it's a very sensitive area that I work with. I have to be very discreet in relation to the work that I do, for the people that I represent. And it's a very emotive work. So I have to be very careful in terms of how I'm trying to promote myself. But I find LinkedIn is such a welcoming community in relation to that. Yes. And it helps me to create an awareness of who I am, what I do, and to build myself in relation to that.
Yes, I like it a lot. We're going to do a wee thing at the conference with LinkedIn Live. So I'm not going to tell you about it until then.
Well, I'll be honest. I haven't plucked up the courage to do LinkedIn Live, and I know
we're not going live. No, I don't mean we're going live. We're not doing that.
No, but I haven't plucked up the courage just yet to do it, and I haven't done a video yet. Actually, I really should do that. I keep meaning to do it.
Yes.
But because I know it's such a great way to promote yourself. Maybe after I've done this, I might feel a little bit more courageous.
Well, do you know what? That'd be fabulous. And then we could link to it below in the show notes. That'd be a really good idea. Julie, it's been absolutely brilliant having you on the podcast. I'm really glad you came on, and thanks for sharing. It's really nice to hear somebody who is using social media in a professional capacity. And actually, it's not really that different to people who have their own businesses. So thank you so much for coming on the podcast today, Julie.
Louise, thank you so much for having me.
So just popping in at the end here to say it was lovely having Julie on the podcast. She's a regular listener, and that's actually how we met. She reached out to me after listening to the podcast, and I think that she's really using social media really well in her career. And you can come along and hear about how she's using social media, and because she is on our panel at the Social Media Bootcamp, which is on Friday the 31st of May in Belfast. And if you just go to socialbni.com, you can snap up your ticket and come and see us both there. So thanks for listening, and I'll see you next week on the podcast. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of the Social Bee podcast. Come and join us over at www.socialbni.com and let's start creating a buzz about your business. And if you like what you hear, please pop over to iTunes and leave me a review. I'd really appreciate it. See you next time.